Hello and welcome to the Events Commission Annual Report for 2020 for the FIVA General Assembly. My name is Malcolm Grubb. I'm the Vice President of the Events Commission and I took this role on board at the General Assembly last year in Cyprus. It's been an interesting year, to put it mildly. Didn't go as we'd expected, or any of you had expected, due to COVID. But I will take you through what we've done about that, trying to do about that for now and in the future. So my Commission members are primarily from Europe, but because of COVID we have been meeting monthly by Zoom and other similar tools, and that's worked out extremely well. It also means that we have the possibility of taking on members from further afield, i.e. outside of Europe, because the technology does actually support it, even though the time zones may not. The members, many of my Commission members at the moment, are also board members of their respective ANFs, which is also very useful to have because it gives us an inside track at the top table on some of the things that crop up. Okay, so 2020 started very well. We had lots of good events coming in. It looked like being a very good year, and then suddenly COVID-19 intervened and everything stopped. You can see on the slide on the screen now that we have lost something like 58% of the events that were listed, and that data was correct at the 1st of November, so in fact it may have changed by now. But we, as organisers ourselves, in fact almost everybody on my commission does actually organise events as well for their clubs and their countries. As organisers, we understand the sheer financial risk that goes with cancelling, postponing events and so forth. So what we've done as the Events Commission earlier this year, I announced that we would actually, every event that was postponed would be listed for free next year, assuming it would run again in the same format, and for any cancelled events, the event that took over from it would actually be listed at half price. That seems to have been well respected, and it's worth doing, definitely, to show support to our ANFs, our organisers and our members. This is in our budget for next year, and you'll see that if you've looked at the budget pack. The other thing to really push here now is the breakdown of events by continent. You'll see on the slide that 80% of our events take place within Europe, which is probably no surprise to most of you. It drops off very quickly. South America is a strong supporter. Asia is making its presence felt steadily. North America, we've now got USA and Canada on board with our own stewards in each country, and that is starting to pick up. We've got some very good events coming forward for 2021, we hope. All depends on COVID, as always. Oceania, which is New Zealand, Australia, we have a presence there, but it's smaller than we'd like. Africa, we had one event this year that happened to run in Africa, hence it appears on this chart. So we're looking to grow outside of Europe, and please, if you can help us expand our coverage, that would be really good. So email me at events@fiva.org if you can. Thank you. So FIVA stewards, some of you may not be aware of this, but we have nearly 40 stewards dotted around the world, all doing a very good job for FIVA. They're basically our ambassador at events, representing all aspects of FIVA, but they're also there to monitor the event, that it confirms and conforms to event codes that we publish every year. So the events have really taken a pounding this year, but a lot of the stewards that were allocated to an event have continued to keep that role for next year on the basis that that event does actually still go ahead. I mentioned already about North America and Canada, and I do welcome Malcolm Welford and Nigel Matthews to our group. They are strong assets to both continents there, or both countries. With their help, we have got a whole series planned for next year, so you should see that number of percentage of events in North America at least rising. So our search continues. We're looking for stewards from India, China and Oceania, if we can, and that will be, again, down to you to help us to identify the right sort of candidates. We do have a process, a documented process by how we appoint stewards to our panel, and it's fairly rigorous, so the fact that you submit somebody doesn't mean they'll get the role. However, we will take every application extremely seriously. Every 2 years we hold a stewards seminar to retrain and upgrade their knowledge, so that they keep current with the things like the electronic ID card system, which they could now use remotely at an event when doing FIVA ID card checks. So everything was on track to have the next stewards seminar at Ljubljana next year in February. Unfortunately, COVID has intervened again, and at the moment, rather than cancel the whole event, we've just postponed it in the hope that we can put it back on towards the end of 2021. In the meantime, I'm looking at webinars and other technical means to keep our stewards engaged and keep them informed of how we're moving forward. The other thing I've mentioned is that the licences only last for 2 years, so we do need to actually do something special for 2021. So the Events Commission doesn't work in a silo, it actually works with the other commissions, in fact all of the other commissions, and the crossover is actually proving to be highly valuable to everybody. We also work closely with our ANFs and partners, as I've mentioned before, and we're trying to involve partners more and more now in our world event type coverage, because they can help us with the PR, marketing and so forth. And we do invite partners to actually join the Events Commission web meetings to present themselves in more detail to our members, and that seems to have gone down very well on both sides. And also, where we can, we work with event organisers quite closely. That's one of the key roles in my commission, to keep in touch with all of the event organisers and hear from them what they want from FIVA and the Events Commission. Right, so we're almost at the end of this very, very short presentation. My Events Commission members for 2020 and 2021 are almost all the same, with the sole exception that Henning Thompson has not rejoined and Marco Rodda from Arzi in Italy has joined. So we all welcome Marco to the team and look forward to working with him in the future. So if you have any questions, comments or whatever, please contact me via events@fiva.org, and we look forward to hopefully a better year in 2021. Maybe things will be back closer to normal in 2022, but we just don't know. So thanks for your attention, and bye for now.
Für dich, für mich, für alle. Die ADAC Zürich Westfalen Classic ist die Oldtimer Rallye für jeden. Egal ob schnell oder entspannt, alt oder jung, sportlich oder gemütlich. Vom wunderschönen Kurpark in Bad Sassendorf geht es bei dieser FIVA World Rally 5 Tage lang durch die Soester Börde und das malerische Sauerland, das Land der 1000 Berge. Die beliebte Urlaubsregion bietet alles: Seen, Schlösser, Kultur und vor allem wunderbare Strecken durch eine herrliche Landschaft. Erleben Sie unvergessliche Highlights, wie die Warsteiner Internationale Mongolfiade, die Glasmanufaktur Ritzenhoff und das ADAC Oldtimer Festival im Kurpark Bad Sassendorf. Falls der geliebte Wagen mal auf der Strecke bleibt, ist er bei unseren gelben Engeln in den besten Händen. Fünf Tage Oldtimer-Leidenschaft pur im Herzen Westfalens. Genuss, Fahrspaß und ein unvergessliches Erlebnis. Das ist die ADAC Zürich Westfalen Classic 2021.